Liam Vance addressed his followers during a live stream. He apologized for disappointing their expectations. He confirmed their relationship was truly over. Suddenly, his phone rang with Caleb Thorne's name. Liam was told he had no right to end things. Caleb threatened to do something drastic. Liam quickly ended the call. The live stream chat exploded with questions. Fans speculated wildly about Caleb's threat. Some comments were playful and suggestive. Others guessed Caleb was coming for Liam. Liam nervously wrung his hands. He saw the increasingly wild theories in the chat. He tried to explain the situation. He claimed Caleb was just talking about getting dinner. The fans did not believe his weak excuse. Their jokes became more and more explicit. Liam dreaded the next day's tabloid headlines. As he worried, a keypad beeped at the front door. A chill went down his spine. He had forgotten to change the security code. Caleb's voice, laced with anger, filled the hall. He called Liam's name with a dangerous edge. Liam's heart hammered against his ribs. He quickly shut down the live stream. He sprinted towards the door to lock it. But he was too slow and a hand blocked the way. Caleb's strength was overwhelming. Liam was no match for the other man. He was easily pushed aside. Caleb slammed the door shut behind him. He dragged Liam by the wrist to the bedroom. Liam was thrown onto the plush mattress. Caleb pinned his struggling arms with one hand. He swung a leg over Liam, straddling his waist. His face was a mask of cold fury. He challenged Liam to repeat his earlier words. Caleb lightly tapped Liam's cheek. His voice was a low, menacing whisper. He asked who Liam was breaking up with. He reminded Liam that he had not agreed. Caleb said Liam's courage had grown too bold. He promised to teach him a lesson. He would show him what words were forbidden. Then he flipped Liam onto his stomach. His hands moved towards Liam's pants. Liam yelled in a desperate panic. He shouted that they were over. He insisted Caleb had no right to touch him. Caleb clamped a hand on his jaw. He forced Liam to look back at him. His tone was as cold as ice. He told Liam there was no escape. Breaking up with him was just a dream. Liam had been the one to start this. He had lost the right to regret it long ago. Caleb then continued his actions without another word. He was right about one thing. Liam had fallen for him first. Liam had been the one who pursued him. 5 years ago, they met at a business meeting. Liam was negotiating an entertainment investment. He saw Caleb being escorted out by the studio head. It was the first time he had seen the actor in person. He was instantly captivated by his presence. Caleb's face and physique were perfect. Every feature aligned with Liam's ideal. The actor was handsome on screen. In reality, he was breathtakingly beautiful. It made it difficult for Liam to look away. People said the camera did not do him justice. Liam had thought it was just fan adoration. But he learned it was completely true. The lens could not capture his full charisma. His intense stare caught Caleb's attention. Caleb glanced over at Liam's captivated expression. He frowned slightly at the display. A flicker of annoyance crossed his eyes. He asked if Liam needed something. Liam snapped back to reality. He suppressed the sudden flutter in his heart. He simply shook his head and walked away. Everyone in the industry knew Caleb's background. He was the youngest son of the formidable Thorne family. They were a dynasty of old money and power. He had been pampered his entire life. His acting career was merely a rich man's game. Liam knew he should not have foolish fantasies. But attraction does not follow logic. The more he resisted, the stronger his feelings grew. He watched all of Caleb's films and interviews. He wanted to understand the man he yearned for. His admiration only deepened with time. One day, news broke about a serious on-set accident. Caleb's film crew had been involved. Panic seized Liam completely. He rushed to the location without a second thought. He joined the volunteer rescue effort. After searching all night, he found him. Caleb was trapped beneath collapsed scaffolding. Liam knew not to move him. He immediately called for professional help. While they waited, Liam spoke to him. He urged Caleb to hold on. He told him many people loved him. He begged him not to give up. Perhaps it was boredom or lack of oxygen. Caleb's voice was unusually gentle. He asked if Liam was one of those people. Liam froze for a moment. He did not have the courage to confess. He just claimed to be a fan. The rescue was a success. Caleb spent 3 months in the hospital. Liam visited him every single day. At first, Caleb would joke about his visitor. He called Liam his dedicated fan. Later, the joke stopped entirely. He would just watch Liam with his dark, intense eyes. The stare made Liam's skin prickle. He worried Caleb had discovered his secret feelings. Liam became too self-conscious to meet his gaze. As Caleb's recovery neared its end, Liam made a decision. He knew he should not intrude any longer. The next day, he deliberately stayed away. He received a call from Caleb during his commute. Caleb's voice was heavy and low. He asked why Liam had not come. His tone was a mix of annoyance and hurt. Liam felt guilty and made an excuse. He said he was busy with a personal matter. He explained he might not visit anymore. Caleb could easily check his company's status. So Liam had to continue the lie. He insisted it was a private issue. There was a long silence on the other end. Caleb then asked what kind of private issue. The question was direct and demanding. Liam struggled to find a plausible answer. Caleb asked if it was about a relationship. An idea sparked in Liam's mind. He confirmed his mother wanted him to date. This excuse would explain any odd behavior. Caleb would not suspect his true feelings. Liam was proud of his quick thinking. Then, Caleb let out a cold, bitter laugh. His tone suddenly filled with anger. He declared he would not eat until Liam returned. He would starve himself every day Liam was gone. He told Liam to think about that. Then he hung up before Liam could respond. Liam feared he would actually do it. He immediately rushed to the hospital. He arrived carrying a container of food. The room was filled with Caleb's visitors. Every eye turned to him as he opened the door. He felt a pressure he never felt in boardrooms. Someone suddenly chuckled lightly. The tense atmosphere in the room broke. A guest teased that the food delivery had arrived. Now they could all stop trying to persuade Caleb. Caleb remained silent the entire time. He had stared at Liam since he walked in. His eyes were dark and unreadable. Liam waited until everyone had left. He sat on the stool beside the hospital bed. He opened the container and prepared the meal. He held up a spoonful of food for Caleb. Caleb did not open his mouth. Liam asked if he disliked the food. That seemed unlikely. Liam knew all of Caleb's preferences by now. Caleb watched him for a long moment. Then he suddenly spoke. He told Liam not to get married. He said Liam should be with him instead. Liam froze completely. The spoon slipped from his shocked fingers. He asked what Caleb had just said. For a second, he thought he was dreaming. But Caleb repeated himself clearly. He said, "Liam, I have feelings for you." An immense wave of happiness washed over him. He did not think about anything else. He just nodded his head repeatedly. They had been together for 5 years since that day. They faced many challenges. At first, their relationship was not accepted. Eventually, Caleb's fans began to support them. They had small arguments but never serious fights. Nothing had ever threatened a breakup. Until yesterday, Liam had heard Caleb say it himself. He admitted that he truly liked children. Caleb was on a remote film set. He was chatting while holding the director's son. He did not know Liam was there for a surprise visit. Liam's world went silent when he heard those words. He wanted to confront Caleb right there. He wanted to ask if he regretted their relationship. But he lacked the courage for that. He was terrified Caleb would say yes. He imagined Caleb envied traditional families. He knew he could never give him a child. This was an undeniable and painful fact. He stood there for a long time. The emotional pain turned into numbness. He finally walked away, defeated. At the airport, he sent Caleb a text message. He told him it was over between them. Caleb was a man of great responsibility. He would not easily break his commitment. So Liam decided he would be the villain. A message from Caleb arrived instantly. He asked Liam if he knew what he was doing. He said those words were not a joke. He tried calling, but Liam did not answer. Caleb sent one last threatening text. He said he was coming back to deal with him. Liam did not understand Caleb's intense anger. He assumed Caleb did not know he had been overheard. He thought Caleb was just acting. The man was a brilliant actor after all. A bitter sadness filled Liam's heart. He was trying to do what was best for Caleb. He wondered why Caleb had to blame him. Why could he not just agree to the breakup? His frustration grew with each thought. He typed a furious response. He told Caleb he was done with him. He said he was bored of their relationship. He lied and said their intimacy was unfulfilling. He claimed he had been faking his pleasure. He called Caleb all style and no substance. He made it clear he was the one leaving. It was a notification, not a negotiation. Sending the text brought him a small, bitter relief. He had lied, of course. He was always the one begging for mercy. He was the one left breathless and exhausted. But he was setting Caleb free. He felt he deserved a small victory in words. Caleb could not have it both ways. That would be too unfair to Liam. His phone rang immediately after he sent it. He rejected the call. After the third rejection, Caleb sent voice messages. His voice was tight with suppressed rage, carried a chilling, menacing quality. He called Liam brave and impressive. He sarcastically saluted his audacity. He hoped Liam could maintain that attitude. He promised to show him his true capabilities. That message sent a shiver down Liam's spine. He decided to flee the country for a while. He rushed home to grab his passport. Just as he arrived, a notification popped up. A fan asked about the promised livestream. Liam suddenly remembered everything. Yesterday was Caleb's birthday. He had planned a surprise visit to the set. He had promised fans a special broadcast. Now the stream was canceled. He was absent from the set's birthday footage. The truth of their breakup would soon be public. He checked the time, guessing Caleb was still far away. He decided to start a quick live stream. That short delay was his fatal mistake. It gave Caleb enough time to corner him. Caleb came up behind him silently. He wrapped an arm around Liam's neck. He pushed Liam's face into a soft pillow. His voice was husky and low. He asked if Liam still thought he was all talk. He patted Liam's hip firmly. He demanded an answer. Liam's voice trembled as he spoke. He admitted that he had been wrong. Caleb did not let him off that easily. He asked if that was his only mistake. Liam knew what he was referring to. He pressed his lips together and stayed silent. Caleb let out a humorless laugh. He asked if Liam still wanted to break up. Liam did not know how to respond. He buried his head deeper into the pillow. He hoped his silence would be an answer. The moments ticked by slowly. Strangely, Caleb became completely still. Liam turned his head in confusion. He was met with a peculiar gaze. Caleb stared at him for a few seconds. Then he stood up and grabbed Liam's phone. He began scrolling through the device. Liam asked what he was doing. Caleb did not answer his question. He methodically checked all of Liam's chats. Seeing his intense focus, Liam understood. A surge of anger rose within him. He asked in disbelief if Caleb suspected him of cheating. Caleb looked up from the screen. His expression was less dark but still grim. He asked if his suspicion was unreasonable. He had been away for a month on location. He came back to a sudden breakup request. Liam had also insulted his performance. Caleb's voice lowered, becoming serious. He told Liam to remember who he belonged to. Mind, body, and soul were all his. No one else could touch or desire him. If he ever found out about an affair, he would be ruthless. He would destroy the other person. As for Liam, he loved him too much to kill him. But he had other ways to ensure his loyalty. Liam was furious at the accusation. Caleb was the one with wandering thoughts. Yet he dared to project his guilt onto him. Liam shouted that it was Caleb's fault. Caleb's demeanor was incredibly arrogant. He demanded to know what he had done wrong. He had been filming diligently. He kept a professional distance from everyone. He never socialized after work. All his free time was devoted to Liam. He asked if Liam truly did not know that. His voice rose with agitation. He demanded an explanation for the breakup. He warned Liam to have a good reason. His dark eyes were terrifying. Liam flinched but then found his courage. He had done nothing wrong. He had nothing to fear. He straightened his back and glared at Caleb. He said Caleb had forced his hand. There was no reason for secrecy now. He asked Caleb if he wanted a child. Caleb looked at him with a complex expression. He asked how the two of them could have one. Liam stammered that he did not mean with him. Caleb's face instantly darkened. He cursed, asking who Liam planned to have a child with. He thought he finally understood. He accused Liam of breaking up to marry someone else. Liam's anger boiled over. He yelled that he was talking about Caleb. Caleb became even more enraged. His voice boomed in the quiet room. He accused Liam of being absurd. He asked if Liam planned to offer him to someone else. He questioned if they were just pets for breeding. Liam's mind went blank with shock. He clarified that Caleb himself wanted a child. He had other interests now. He had heard him. Caleb smiled, but it did not reach his eyes. He gritted his teeth. He accused Liam of making things up. He dared Liam to explain himself. He warned that any mistake would have consequences. He would cure him of his slanderous habit. Liam hesitated for a moment. Caleb's gaze was so direct and honest. He wondered if he had misunderstood. But he had heard the words with his own ears. After some thought, he repeated what he had heard. Caleb fell silent after the explanation. In the long, heavy silence, Liam understood. Caleb must be embarrassed at being caught. So he really did have other plans. And he dared to claim Liam belonged to him. It seemed only Liam was bound by their love. The hypocrisy was infuriating. As Liam fumed, a cold laugh cut through the air. It was a quiet sound, but it was chilling. He looked over at Caleb. The actor's face was darker than ever. He spoke with a dangerous calm. He asked if Liam truly thought he wanted to break up. All because of that one sentence. Caleb's scrutinizing gaze made Liam nervous. But a real man never backs down. He defiantly asked if Caleb had said it or not. Caleb ground his teeth in frustration. He took out his phone and called the director. The call connected quickly. The director's voice was loud over set noise. Caleb watched Liam with dark, unreadable eyes. He asked the director for a small favor. The director immediately agreed to help. Caleb asked him to repeat their conversation from yesterday, the one about the child. He explained that his partner had a misunderstanding. He put the phone on speaker. After hearing the director's words, Liam felt ashamed. He could not even lift his head. It turned out there was more to the sentence. After saying he liked kids, Caleb had added something. He said he had a child at home, too. The director had thought it was a huge secret. Caleb had quickly clarified. He explained he was talking about Liam. He said Liam was like a child, very endearing. Liam now felt anything but endearing. He had nearly destroyed their relationship. He knew he could not stay silent any longer. He glanced timidly at Caleb. Caleb stood with his arms crossed, his face stormy. Caleb spoke in a low, dangerous tone. He asked if Liam still thought he wanted a child. Liam shook his head. He asked if Liam believed he was unfaithful. Liam lowered his head further. He mumbled that he did not. Caleb pressed him further. So it was Liam who wanted to break up. His questions backed Liam into a corner. Liam felt like a guilty schoolboy. He grabbed Caleb's sleeve and begged for forgiveness. He promised it would not happen again. Caleb's lips twisted into a cruel smile. He said it was too late for apologies. He declared his intention to fix Liam's wild imagination. He would not be a thorn if he failed. He stood up abruptly. He pushed Liam back down onto the bed. Liam saw the fury rolling in his eyes. He knew this would not be easy. In a panic, he blurted out another defense. He reminded Caleb he had been wrongly accused too. Caleb had also made wild assumptions. Caleb pinched his chin, lifting his face. He gave a cold, dismissive laugh. He asked if he should not have been suspicious. He had been gone for a month. He returned to find his home life in ruins. His birthday gift was a breakup text. He asked how else he was supposed to react. His cold gaze pinned Liam in place. He dared him to answer. Liam did not dare to say another word. Arguing further would only make things worse. The next time Liam woke up, his body was numb. He could not feel his lower half at all. Caleb's voice came from above him. He was on his phone, messaging someone. Liam asked if he needed to return to the set. It was already past 1 in the afternoon. Caleb should have been on his way to the airport. His face was expressionless. He said he had just taken a few days off. Liam flinched at that news. Horrible memories of the previous night surfaced. He asked why he needed such a long break. Caleb glanced at him. He said they were going to get married. Liam's brain was still foggy from sleep. He asked with whom. Caleb's frustration flared into a bitter laugh. He rubbed Liam's swollen lips with his thumb. His tone was menacing. He asked if Liam had already forgotten his lesson. Liam swallowed hard. He quickly said he remembered. After a pause, he brought up their old agreement. They had decided to just date forever. He asked why Caleb suddenly wanted marriage. It had been Liam's idea years ago. After Caleb confessed, Liam had felt insecure. He believed it was just the suspension bridge effect. But he had accepted Caleb's confession greedily. He loved him too much to refuse. He knew it was his only chance. He feared Caleb would one day come to his senses. On their first anniversary, Caleb proposed. Liam had cruelly rejected him. He had said marriage was too complicated. He suggested a lifetime of just dating. He was always waiting for the other shoe to drop. He did not dare to marry Caleb. The Thorne family was too prominent. A divorce would be a public scandal. Rich families often maintained loveless marriages. Liam knew Caleb was too responsible for that. He would not make someone he loved hide. If they married, a future breakup would be messy. Caleb would have to deal with family pressure. His future partner would get a second-hand wedding. But if they were only dating, it was different. Breakups were normal and less scandalous. It was the escape route Liam had built for Caleb. But Caleb did not see it that way. His expression changed instantly. He asked if Liam did not want to marry him. He wondered what was so wrong with him. Was the idea of marrying him so repulsive? Or was Liam leaving his own options open? Liam did not know how to explain. He was afraid the truth would shatter everything. His silence only angered Caleb more. Caleb scoffed, his voice sharp. He asked if Liam was determined to refuse. Liam met his piercing gaze. He gave a small, reluctant nod. Caleb's eyes went cold. He laughed mockingly. He told Liam his wish was granted. Then he got up and started dressing. Liam stared, confused by his words. As Caleb reached for the doorknob, Liam spoke. He asked what Caleb had meant. Caleb did not turn around. His voice was frigid. He said it meant exactly what Liam thought. Liam Vance and Caleb Thorne had broken up. Liam did not delete Caleb's number. He did not block him on social media. But Caleb sent no messages. Liam was back to seeing him only in the news. His friend Ryan saw his miserable state. He suggested Liam try to win him back. He reminded him of how he pursued Caleb before, making him meals and caring for him. Ryan did not know the whole story. Liam had never pursued Caleb. His actions were born of genuine concern. He had simply wanted Caleb to recover quickly. He never thought his care would win Caleb's heart. If Caleb had not confessed his feelings, they would be different. They would likely be distant friends. Caleb thought Liam had pursued him. Perhaps he saw intent where there was only care. He did not understand. Liam would never have approached him otherwise. The news of their breakup dominated the headlines. Caleb's team remained silent. Liam was considering another live stream to explain. Then Caleb posted on social media. 9 simple words appeared. Not broken up. In a fight. Waiting to be placated. Liam stared at the screen for a long time. His eyes grew dry and tired. He showed his phone to Ryan. He asked if this meant he should go to him. Ryan looked from the screen to Liam's face. His expression was one of pure disbelief. He asked if they had just started dating. Liam felt slightly offended by the question. He opened the comments section. Fans were teasing Caleb relentlessly. They offered to placate the great actor themselves. One user told Liam to hurry up. They told him to go fix his husband. Another fan said they thought their favorite couple was gone. The most popular comment was quite direct. It suggested a simple, physical solution. Liam was certain after reading the comments. Caleb was waiting for him. That night, he flew to Caleb's film set. Arriving there felt completely different this time. Before, he was filled with joyful anticipation. Now, he was filled with anxiety. He stood on the edge of the busy set. Caleb's agent, Jenna, spotted him. She looked like she had seen a ghost. Then her expression turned to pure relief. She rushed over to him. She called him a lifesaver. She said his arrival had saved her from madness. Liam asked nervously if Caleb was in a bad mood. Jenna's face was etched with exhaustion. She said even the stray dogs were getting dirty looks. She begged them to make up quickly. The oppressive atmosphere was freezing her solid. Jenna led him to Caleb's private trailer. A few minutes later, Caleb entered. He sat down opposite Liam without a word. His eyes were fixed on him. He asked flatly if Liam had a reason for being there. Liam nervously fiddled with his jacket. He said he came to placate him. Caleb was silent for a moment. He looked Liam up and down. He asked if he planned to do it from a distance. He told him to come closer. Liam obediently walked towards him. Caleb pulled him into his lap. He held him tightly and kissed him for a long time. Then he broke away and scolded him. He called Liam a heartless creature. He asked if he would have stayed away forever. Liam guiltily avoided his gaze. He mumbled that he thought Caleb hated him. Caleb took a deep, steadying breath. He said they had been together for 5 years. He asked if Liam could not tell when he was just angry. Or maybe Liam was fine with them ending things. Maybe he was ready to find someone new. Liam quickly denied it. He insisted he only loved Caleb. Caleb's gaze sharpened. Then why would he not marry him? Liam faltered, looking for an escape. He asked if Caleb had eaten yet. He offered to cook something for him. Caleb held him firmly in place. He told him the food could wait. He said he needed an answer today. What was so terrible about him? Why did Liam resist marrying him so fiercely? Liam tried to argue. He told Caleb not to talk about himself that way. Caleb ignored the plea. He repeated his question. Why would he not marry him? Caleb looked furious, but his eyes held a flicker of deep sadness. Liam sighed, knowing he could not evade it any longer. He finally confessed all of his insecurities. He explained his fear of the suspension bridge effect. He told Caleb about the escape route he had built. The air in the trailer became heavy. Liam held his breath, awaiting his sentence. Caleb's voice was dangerously calm. He sarcastically thanked Liam for his birthday gifts. A breakup and now this massive surprise. He said Liam was truly too generous. The tone made Liam's skin crawl. He asked Caleb to stop talking like that. Caleb gave a cold, bitter laugh. He said he had carried a false burden since day one. He had been blamed for simply liking a child's photo. One assumption made Liam afraid of marriage. The other made him demand a breakup. And he was not allowed to be sarcastic. He asked if Liam had ever considered his feelings. He questioned his love, his devotion, his security. Then he mocked the suspension bridge effect theory. He said Liam had read too many books. His smile became more menacing. He said he would see what Liam had really learned. Liam began to tremble with fear. He started begging for mercy again. Caleb's voice was sharp. He said Liam knew nothing about being sorry. He promised to uncover all of Liam's secrets. He threatened to lock him away from the world, until Liam learned to trust him completely. Caleb then lifted him and carried him deeper inside. He threw him onto the small bed. He started pulling at Liam's clothes. Liam remembered the pain from their last fight. He pleaded for Caleb to spare him. He promised he would never hide things again. His protest was cut short by Caleb's actions. Caleb's voice was a low whisper in his ear. He told Liam to confess his secrets. Each confession would lessen his punishment. Liam's voice shook as he answered. He insisted he had no more secrets. Caleb did not believe him. He nibbled on Liam's earlobe. He said his mouth was very stubborn. He wondered how long he could maintain his silence. The next time he was conscious, he was on a plane. Caleb was holding him in the jet's sleeping cabin. Realizing where he was, he tried to sit up. Caleb quickly pushed him back down. His voice was lazy and content. He told Liam to be careful with his back. His hand was already massaging the sore muscles. Liam turned and asked where they were going. To get a marriage license. Caleb saw Liam's hesitant expression. He frowned and asked if he had any objections. As Liam opened his mouth, Caleb cut him off. He stated coldly that the objection was overruled. Liam protested that he had not said anything yet. Caleb scoffed at his innocence. He said he knew exactly what Liam would say. He declared that nothing would change his mind. He had already leaked the news to the press. Their marriage was currently a top trending topic. He had learned that discussing things was a mistake. Sometimes a man had to take what he wanted. He was securing his position. He would not let Liam's imagination run wild again. Liam was left speechless by his verbal assault. He closed his mouth and stayed silent. But even his silence was not enough. Caleb asked if he was protesting with silence. Liam quickly denied it. Caleb asked why he was so quiet. Was he sad about marrying him? Liam said that was not it at all. Caleb demanded he state his feelings. Just as Liam was about to speak, Caleb stopped him. A hand covered his mouth. Caleb said he changed his mind. He did not want to hear it. He repeated that nothing Liam said would matter. After they landed, Liam's mood was sour. Caleb had relentlessly teased him on the plane. He would offer to listen to Liam's opinion. Then he would change his mind seconds later. He declared Liam's words were never positive. Then he would cover his mouth again. Eventually, he found a more physical distraction. By the end, Liam was too exhausted to be angry. His legs were shaking as they left the plane. Caleb, however, looked completely refreshed. He wrapped an arm around Liam. He whispered and asked if he was still angry. Liam turned his head away, ignoring him. Caleb chuckled and squeezed his cheek. He coaxed him to smile for their wedding day. He admitted Liam was cute when he was angry, but today was a day for celebration. Liam knew he had been thoroughly placated. Caleb was even calling him baby again. Liam complained about his dictatorial behavior. Caleb humbly admitted his faults. He rested his head on Liam's shoulder. He promised Liam could have his revenge later. Total lie. Liam knew he would be the one suffering again. After the ceremony, Caleb was busy on their phones. Liam asked what he was doing. Caleb was typing furiously. He said he was posting to family, friends, and social media. A bad feeling crept over Liam. He looked at his own phone. His heart sank. He could not believe he had trusted Caleb with it. Their first relationship announcement had been a meme. Caleb had posted something incredibly embarrassing. Now, his new post was even worse. Married my hubby. Love you. Can't wait to kiss you. Caleb's own post was equally cringy. My wifey. I love you too. Moi. Liam looked at Caleb, who was waiting for praise. He sighed, rubbing his forehead. He knew they would be a running joke for years. Caleb looked proud of his work. He said it showed how close they were. Liam took both phones and changed the posts. He wrote more normal, tasteful announcements. But the damage had already been done. Fans were going wild online. One asked if Caleb was being controlled. Another joked that they were part of some weird game. A fan said it was more awkward than her ex's public drama. Liam took a deep breath. He turned off his phone. He spoke to Caleb with great seriousness. He promised to communicate better in the future. But he needed Caleb to warn him before posting. Caleb smiled slyly. He said he had found Liam's true weakness. He had not yielded under intense pressure. But 2 embarrassing posts made him surrender. Liam saw the mischievous glint in Caleb's eyes. A sense of dread filled him. He was completely and utterly trapped. Caleb would hold this over him forever.